Last March, we finally realized our longtime dream and moved from dreary and cold Anchorage to warm and cozy Charleston. My family had wanted to move for a long time, and to make it happen, I had been working 2 jobs for the past 5 years. Who would have guessed that this move would soon destroy our family? I have a wonderful daughter who is 14 years old. We didn't know anyone in Charleston, so we had to make new connections from scratch. One weekend, we were lying in front of the TV watching a movie when my wife got a call from an unfamiliar number. She picked up the phone and went out on the balcony to answer the call. 2 minutes later, she returned and said it was a new friend she had met on social media, inviting her for a walk in Liberty Park. I didn't give it much thought, and with peace of mind, let her go. She came home at 9 p.m. as we had agreed. Later that evening, I wanted to spend intimate time with her, but she declined, saying she was tired. The following weekend, she got another call asking her out again. This time, I asked if her new friend wanted to come over to our house so we could meet to sit and drink wine. She declined, saying her friend didn't want to come over to our house to visit. That's when I began to doubt this so-called friend. Nevertheless, I let her go, and once again, she got home on time. When I offered her intimacy that evening, she again refused. It was strange because on weekdays, she was always willing, but after these outings, she kept refusing me. The next day, I decided to call my older brother. He was quite a ladies' man in his day. I explained everything to him, and he immediately suggested that my wife might have an admirer and advised me to look into it soon. The weekend came, and the phone call came again, inviting her out on a date. As soon as she was out the door, I discreetly followed her. A minute later, I saw her get into a car parked nearby and sit in the front passenger seat. Luckily, there was a cab parked nearby, so I jumped in and followed them. Eventually, the car pulled up to an apartment complex, and a tall young guy got out. Together, they walked up to one of the buildings. Fortune was favorable to me because about 10 minutes later, an elderly woman came out of the entrance of the building. I kindly held the door for her and, under the guise of a technician setting up internet service, asked her what apartment the guy lived in. She gave me the number, and I hurried to the door. I knocked, and the guy opened the door wearing only a robe. I burst into the apartment and found my wife, completely undressed, lying on the bed. Overcome with rage, I slapped her a couple times and then turned to the guy. I knocked him to the floor and started punching him multiple times in the face. I then left the apartment and went back home. When my daughter got home, she asked me where I had been. Tears came to my eyes, and I hugged her without saying a word. 40 minutes later, my unfaithful wife arrived. A heated argument ensued. She told me that the guy wanted to file a police report on me, but she convinced him not to, so I should be grateful. When I asked why she cheated, she simply said she fell out of love. The worst part was that our daughter overheard all the disgusting details from her own mother's mouth. 5 months have passed since then, and we are divorced. I share an apartment with my daughter, and my ex-wife has moved in with her new lover. My daughter refuses to communicate with her mother, wanting nothing to do with her after hearing all of this. I apologize if my thoughts seem disjointed, but I hope my story was clear enough.